Hello everyone, long time no see. I am back. Record Store Day 20 has brought me out of hibernation here on YouTube. As you know, it's been a pretty dismal year, so it was very exciting to see the set of releases that were coming out for the first of the three drops they're doing. You know, it normally occurs in April. They're breaking it down August, September, October, but August, yesterday's set of releases, to me is one of the best that has ever happened for Record Store Day. Let's get right down to it. I got a nice stack. My number one pick, what I was most excited about, the 1984 debut album reissue of And Also the Trees from Worcestershire, England. This was produced by Lowell Tolhurst from The Cure. A huge shout out to Graveface Records for this luxurious reissue. Gatefold double album. It has bonus tracks. It includes the songs on their cassette demo that they released in 1982 that Robert Smith and Michael Hedges from The Cure also had produced. That was from Under the Hill, and then it has a couple singles and B-sides from those, all compiled on here. It comes with an 8-page booklet with the lyrics and then release information, and this was not advertised on the sticker, but when I opened this up, I was just blown away by this beautiful cover, or color of the vinyl, which works for the name of the band and the album cover. Once again, Graveface Records, who did the Stereo Musicale Blind Mr. Jones reissue a while back. Yeah, if you're a fan of early post-punk, goth rock, and Also the Trees, do not sleep on this one. It's limited to 2,000 copies. Excellent. Get it right now. All right, also, 40th anniversary reissue of U2's 11 O'Clock TikTok single, 12-inch format. The original single, these songs were produced by Martin Hannett, famed Factory Records producer, produced Joy Division's albums, and legend has it that U2 had met up with him to talk about producing this single, and when they went to go meet him at the studio, he happened to be recording Joy Division's Love Will Tear Us Apart at that time. Gatefold, this one is on a translucent blue vinyl, and I'll tell you, it sounds incredible. The Touch, which is the B-side, is on here. I've always loved that song, and the B-sides are 2 live songs. It says they were previously unreleased. It was so a live version of Touch, a live version of Twilight, which was from their first album, Boy. And for a live recording, I was shocked how just great it sounded. The mastering, everything about it, excellent. So, huge U2 fan, as you know, especially this early stuff. And the Martin Hannett, it's great to hear what he brought to U2 sound. And if they would have recorded an album, a full album with him, it would have been really interesting to hear what that would have been like. All right, so this next one. I slept on the Cracked Actor, which was the Bowie live album from the Diamond Dogs tour that came out, I think, in 2017 for Record Store Day. I kind of stopped buying live albums, but I did not want to. I knew I'd regret this one if I didn't get it, and that's Bowie I'm Only Dancing, the Soul Tour, 1974. As many of you know, I am an absolute huge David Bowie fan. I've done ranking videos and years ago. And my favorite album is Diamond Dogs, so to hear anything that was recorded on that tour, yeah, I gotta have it, except for that Cracked Actor, which I didn't get. Anyways, so this leg of the tour was, you know, he had that huge set, Hunger City, and so they stripped it down, got rid of that. They had taken a break on the tour, 3 weeks or something, and this album is on the this recording of the show. It was Nashville and Detroit. I think it's October and November. It's from 2 shows at October, November, 74. So you hear Luther Vandross is on backing vocals, Mike Garson on piano, incredible musician, David Sanborn on sax, and you hear what was to become with the Young Americans album, which was coming up next. So it features tracks from there before they even released Young Americans, Can You Hear Me, It's Gonna Be Me, Somebody Up There Likes Me. And I love the way they did the artwork. It looks like an old tour program from the 70s. Just great. Even I'll bring this out so hopefully you can see it. even the inside of the jacket, they match the same color. My favorite tracks on this one, there's a live version of Sorrow from 73's Pinups album, 1984 from Diamond Dogs, which is one of my all-time favorite Bowie songs, and Can You Hear Me from Young Americans. Just great. If you're a Bowie fan, this is a must-have for the collection. Yeah, Bowie, his voice still has that kind of broken raspiness that he had on that Diamond Dogs tour that you can really hear in David Live. So it's interesting to just hear the progression of that tour, and it's just, I love that they just keep releasing this stuff from the catalog, from the vault, I should say. Next up, this was one that my wife was very excited about, the Pale Fountains, Long Shot for Your Love. Long Shot for Your Love for me has a special connection because their trumpet player later went on to join one of my favorite bands of all time, James. That's Andy Diagram. This album, Long Shot for Your Love, is a reissue of a compilation that came out in 1998. They were around for a pretty short period of time. They released 2 albums in the early 80s. I think it was 1983, 1985. The singer-songwriter, he went on to form that band, I think called Shack. And the sound I would describe somewhere kind of in the realm of like Crowded House meets Burt Bacharach. Really interesting, very melodic, and this has rarities. It has John Peel sessions, Old Grey Whistle Test, previously unreleased cuts. So very cool. That was a great find for the collection. Next up, some 4AD shoegaze. Pale Saints with Mrs. Dolphin. This originally came out in 1991, Japan only, thus the OB strip. And it was a CD release collecting some of their earlier singles, EPs, and they did a beautiful job with this one. We listened to everything already. This one has already gotten 2 listens. The quality of the inner sleeve is very heavy, and it's got this smoky apple vinyl. It kicks off with Out of Sight on as the opening track, and it's just it's great. If you're a fan of 4AD shoegaze, you definitely want to get this one for your collection before it's gone. I think this may be limited to something in the 2,000 range as well, but very cool. And yeah, Mrs. Dolphin, if I didn't mention the title for that. Sight of You. I knew Out of Sight was like, I don't know what I was even saying. Sight of You, sorry about that. Beautiful song. And what's cool about this also is that you see the really melodic, beautiful side of the band, but then you can hear that experimentation that a lot of bands did on their B-side. So there's just like some moments where it's just a little bit chaotic, and it just shows the different sides of musicians. So very cool. Pale Saints. All right, this was also another must-have. It follows the Changes series, Changes 1, Changes 2. You can see it where the font is all connected, which carries over onto the back. So this collection of songs, they're all, Bowie went into the studio in November of 1996 in New York City and recorded songs for a BBC radio show that aired on his birthday a few months later in January of 1997. So this is kind of like pre-Earthling. So you hear some stripped down versions of some classic songs. My favorite being Shopping for Girls. I thought this, Tin Machine has never been one of my favorite eras of Bowie, but to hear this version stripped down, Reeves Gabrels is on it. But sidetrack, the true star of this release, true hero, is bass player Gail Ann Dorsey. The mix and master of this, her bass is up front, and it just sounds so just perfect. Every single note, the clarity of it. Great version of Hunky Dory's Quicksand. And you can see the inner sleeve of Bowie there with that, with the flag. Anyways, Changes Now, Bowie. There was a bunch of these released, so make sure you pick one up for the collection. And because it's such a great recording, like I said, it's stripped down, so sometimes you hear drum, but it just sounds like a programmed kick drum that's kind of accentuating the songs. Changes Now, Bowie. This one, I said to Sarah, I'm not gonna get it because it's a picture disc, but then of course I had to have it. The Cure Bloodflowers, This is 20 years old now. You know, this era of the Cure from like 1992 Wish throughout the 90s, throughout the 2000s, they're hard to find and they're expensive if you can find them. So this is the first reissue, and they did it as a picture disc. And normally I don't buy picture discs. I'll show you, take this out. But I was really impressed with the audio quality. We popped this on right away, and it sounds really good. You know, with a lot of picture discs, you pop the, you know, you put the stylus on, you hear that kind of noise floor, that hum. You know, you can still hear that, but overall, it was a really good quality pressing. There's the artwork for the front, and then the Bloodflowers on the back. Hopefully there's not too much of a glare. They did a nice job with this. They also Cure put out 17 Seconds as a picture disc for this one, but I didn't get that one because I already have the album. So now we're just waiting for a reissue of Wish and a reissue of Wild Mood Swings from '96. Robert Smith, let's get it together. Cure Bloodflowers. Very cool. Very happy to have that in the collection now. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, here's the last one. 2005. Sorry if sometimes my camera picks up the white. It kind of takes the makes everything dark. So this is Robyn, Swedish original Swedish album cover for it, and they jumbled the track listing a little bit. There's a bonus track, Prince cover, gatefold, red vinyl, and I'm a huge Robyn fan, and this sounds incredible. And putting the record on, I hadn't listened to it in a while. I have the original CD, and I'm just familiar with everything. And Robyn, always super clever, and hopefully you can see this. But when I opened it up, I was like, something looks different here when I was looking at the picture. So you see her there, and then when you look at each of the inner sleeves and inside the gatefold, you see what you think is Robyn, but then if you look closely at the faces, it's not really her. So whether they had different models they styled to look exactly like her, or they did some computer editing, but if you look closely at the eyebrows and the nose, it's not her on all those pictures. So it's one of those little kind of like Easter eggs, I guess you could call it. But if you're able to get this one, her stuff usually sells really fast. So Robyn, self-titled album, so great. So that was our haul for this Record Stay Drop number 1. Before I go, like I said, it's been a while. I've been super busy with my own music. I just released with my own band, Audra, Dear Tired Friends. This came out last year. 3 different vinyl colors. Clear, black, and then a very limited smoky. This is limited to 50 copies. There's still a few up on our Bandcamp page. I'll put a link for that in the description, audra.bandcamp.com. It features a guest appearance from Mike from Lycia, Martin Bose from Attrition did the mastering. Turned out beautifully. So guys, I get messages all the time and comments saying, when are you going to come back and make videos? So here I am. I'm hoping to start this up again and share some great music with you all. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night. Goodbye.